Nerd Rage Renegades.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 176 of the Nerd Rage Renegades, coming off that great 175 talk with Cool Beer. Thanks again, Cool Beer, for coming on every 25 and staying up late to chill with us.
Yeah, man. He's up real late. He's like up to 4 or 5 in the morning doing that. Because we do it, well, my time it's like 8:30, your time it's 9:30. And for him, there's like a 6-hour difference.
Yeah, it's a big difference. So much stuff. I'm going to apologize if I sound a little weird tonight to all the fans. I am heavily medicated on painkillers. My knee has been acting up something terrible. I've been in the ER twice in the last 2 weeks for my knee, and it's just been hell on earth not being able to walk.
Yeah, and the dedication that Spin has, I offered him the week off to recover, and he said the show must go on. So Spin's here for for all your delight.
Yes. I'm not riding the snake tonight, though. I'm not riding the snake tonight. Tonight's just a painkiller. It's not any muscle relaxers or anything like that. Just a normal, a mammoth dose of painkillers for my knee, because basically my knee died and I couldn't walk. I was like low crawling to like the bathroom, trying to use the bathroom and stuff like that, just because I could not put any pressure on my leg whatsoever. And it's been bad for like a week now. So hopefully it's starting to feel better. I've got more movement now in my, range of motion in my knee. But I've been catching up on a lot of sleep because I haven't been able to sleep with the pain. So I've been catching up on a lot of sleep, watching some movies. Somehow I fell asleep in my recliner, and I wake up and my kids are watching the damn Woody Woodpecker movie.
Yeah, I heard it. It's in name only, Woody Woodpecker.
It is. I don't know what the fuck is up with that movie. So it's more like Daffy Duck on helium. Literally, Woody Woodpecker, he sounds like Daffy Duck on helium. And even like his laughter, there's a point in the movie he actually starts bouncing around going, woohoo, 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 woohoo. I'm like, that's Daffy Duck. What the fuck?
Yeah. Woody Woodpecker has a very signature laugh. Seems like I wouldn't use.
It's I understand it's not the original voices, of Woody Woodpecker and all that.
It's like the theme. His laugh is the theme song.
Yeah, but it's so because Eric Bauza, I think, is doing the voice of Woody, and he does like Marvin the Martian and things like that on like Looney Tunes now, and he's a good voice actor. But this one, it's just weird, and it's like the classic tropes of any of these like movies. So the gist is this guy who is
Hold on, let me guess. I'm just gonna guess. A guy's gonna come in to try to develop Woody Woodpecker's home into something else, and Woody Woodpecker's got to fight the land developer from taking his house.
Yeah, so Timothy Omundson, he was in the show Gallivant and stuff like that. He wants to build his house on where Woody lives.
So it's Peter Rabbit.
Yeah. So Woody, he does everything he can to like disrupt the building of this house, but there's also a subplot of like he has not Woody, but the guy has a son who he doesn't see often, and he's with the son's coming to stay with him for a bit. And the son and him don't have a good relationship, and they go into the son makes friends in town and has to deal with local bullies, and then he joins this band that's going to play at this festival at the end of the summer, and I'm just like, what does any of this fucking shit have to do with Woody Woodpecker? So there's another plot in this movie where Woody's like, he's like the last of his kind, and they thought his kind was like extinct. He's the last of his kind, and he just wants a family
Talking woodpeckers.
Yeah. And there's there's two stupid poachers that want to capture Woody and sell him on the black market, and and there's like a forest ranger that shows up, and I'm sitting there, and immediately I'm like, she's gonna hook up with the guy who's building the house because it just makes sense. That's what's gonna happen in the movie. And Woody makes friends with the boy. I mean, it's every classic trope that they would throw into one of these movies based off an old cartoon.
Well, and it's like they could just plug any old cartoon character into that too. Like you could put Snagglepuss or fucking anybody in that role. You could put Daffy Duck in it, like you said, and it'd be the same fucking movie. Well, wouldn't be a Woody Woodpecker movie.
What didn't they do that with Yogi Bear? Like they made a Yogi Bear movie, and it was like the mayor wanted to like tear down like Jellystone Park or something like that.
Yeah, they were gonna fire Ranger Smith or some shit like that. I don't remember what exactly was going to develop the park into something. I don't remember, but yeah, that's terrible too because Dan Aykroyd does a horrible Yogi Bear voice.
But but surprisingly, Justin Timberlake does a pretty damn good Boo Boo.
Yeah, like really dead on. From the I watched that Nostalgia Critic. I think it was his review of it, where they were talking about how spot on Justin Timberlake is and how awful Dan Aykroyd is.
It's so.
It's not. I mean, it's not. It's. I get. Yeah, I mean, because you got a big name like Dan Aykroyd, but he really doesn't sound anything like Yogi Bear.
Yeah.
Yogi Bear sounds like Art Carney.
Yeah. Something must be up with Skype tonight, and that's why it's sounding all wonky. It's starting to sound wonky again. I'm wondering if we should head over to Hangout and see if the Hangout will work better. Yeah, because it's saying right here, like, let me see my speakers. It's saying quality is bad.
Hang on, I gotta see. Maybe I got this on the wrong side too. It doesn't feel right. There's no right or left.
Right.
Damn it. Let's flip it around. Can you hear me at all?
Yeah. See, right now it sounds fine.
Well, I'll just could be a slight short in these headphones if I move too much. Just like when yours go out and you have to unplug them.
Yeah. Oh boy. So there was that. I did watch Goodfellas, which is one of the greatest movies of all time in my personal opinion. Who doesn't love Goodfellas?
Yeah, it's good. Henry Hill was a character too, because if you listen to Howard Stern, he used to be a regular guest on Howard Stern, the real Henry Hill that the movie's based on, and he was just pretty much a drunk waste in his later years, but he had some pretty funny moments on the Stern Show over the years too, and it was kind of cool to actually hear the real guy talk about this stuff, and then people would call in while Henry Hill was on the Stern Show, and some guys would claim to be real mobsters calling in saying, "We're gonna kill you, you fucking rat," and saying shit like that saying that over the radio to Henry Hill, and it was pretty funny whenever he was on there, and they'd get into all the mob stuff every time.
It's because I've read the book Wise Guys, which is what the movie is based off of, and it's so interesting because you read the book and it's almost like the movie's almost word for word from the book almost. I mean, some things were changed a little bit, but it's really I love that. I've been in a mobster mood, so I watched that. I've been watching the Godfather trilogy because it's on Netflix.
I haven't watched those in a while. It's probably been 10 years since I watched the Godfather movies. Been a good long time. But yeah, that second one's pretty awesome. De Niro.
And I'm sorry, I understand there was a lot of shit given to Marlon Brando with what was it, Last Tango in Paris was the movie that had all that controversy. But Brando was one fucking hell of an actor.
I like his Island of Doc. I like his Dr. Moreau.
Oh, I loved him. And you know what? It's funny because I like that movie. A lot of people hated that movie, and I can never find it anywhere. It's like I want that fucking movie. I'm sure it's on Amazon Prime. It's really,
it probably is. It's a weird. How many Dr. Moreau movies have there been over the years? There's been a lot of. I mean, not even including just the ones that are totally ripoffs of it, but I mean like actual Dr. Moreau.
I know of like 2
adaptations.
or 3. I know of like 2 or 3. The one with Brando was him, Val Kilmer, and the guy who played Remus Lupin in David Thewlis, I think his name is, from Harry Potter.
Wasn't there one in the 70s or 80s, like a TV one with like Michael York?
Yeah, I believe so. I've been on this like Brando Orson Welles kick since I've been laid up. Yes.
My favorite's still frozen peas.
Yes. How do you say in July? You can't say in July. You show me how you say in July, and I'll blow you.
I'll go down on you.
I'll go down on you. Mrs. Pell's fish sticks. I used to love those when they would do it on the Critic, to show the Critic, and they would like just have like different Orson Welles stuff. It's like, yes, what luck? There's a French fry stuck in my beard. Oh yeah. Oh, that's good.
The brain was like a Orson Welles voice, pretty much.
Yeah, that was Maurice. Yeah, basically that's what Maurice LaMarche said. He's like, Orson Brains is pretty much just Orson Welles.
Yeah,
they actually did an episode where they like remade the that whole thing with Wells with Brain, where he's like, you tell me how to say in July and I'll make cheese. But instead of saying I'll go down on you, they're like, I'll make cheese for you. But they redid like that whole thing with the Brain. It was hilarious.
Yeah, a lot of people probably don't, like younger people probably don't even know who Orson Welles is, and probably don't realize that character is based on Orson Welles. It's sort of like his more assholey side of Orson Welles. But that's my favorite part of Orson Welles, is his like assholish nature. That's why I like him so much.
I love watching those old like golden age movie stars.
Oh yeah,
they were stars.
Real drama guy, like guys like Shatner too. Like Shatner is one of those guys that's like a real hard ass when it comes to like professionalism and shit.
Oh yeah.
And they've got those tapes of him. They got Shatner like cutting commercials and stuff too, and like promos for some kind of Star Trek thing, and he gets in an argument with a guy. And then he's like, okay, I'll read it as you've written it. And he just starts reading it real shitty on purpose. I love that shit. I love cranky old dudes. They're the funniest.
Well, it's like, I look at it now, it's like I remember growing up with like when the Oscars were on, like when I was a kid, and they would always have like the old-timey golden age, like actor come up to receive like the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yeah.
And it would be, a guy from like the 20s or the 30s, and they'd come up there and they were so humble. Nowadays, it's like Lifetime Achievement Award to Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Like, the fuck? Why is he getting a Lifetime Achievement Award? Who the fuck cares?
Is he my age? No, I used to love like when you'd get like Buddy Hackett, or like when when old comedians would get really old to where they just didn't give a fuck anymore, and they just say anything, anywhere, anytime. And like you'd get Milton Berle every once in a while on an award show, and he would just fucking full on go and get like filthy dirty sometimes, and like it's like he didn't give a fuck. And like guys like Buddy Hackett, well, Buddy Hackett was always kind of dirty.
Yeah.
But like roaster comedians, when they get really old, like the Friars Club dudes, when they're really old, they just say whatever the fuck.
That's the thing. Like, you watch like roasts today, like the Comedy Central roast. It's all sex and dick jokes. Like, all of them are sex and dick jokes. Like, when it was the Dean Martin celebrity roast, those roasts were funny because they were just like they weren't like talking about sex and shit. They were just making fun of the people, like everybody.
Don Rickles. Don Rickles was one of the funniest people ever. Up until the last days of his life, he was just the funniest comedian ever, I thought. And he died, right? He's dead. He just died recently, like a year or two ago. And I never know with the weird Mandela effect. Like, I don't know who's dead or alive anymore.
Yeah.
There's actors that pop up that I thought died 10 years ago, and they're still around making shit. I thought James Cromwell was dead for probably 5 years. I thought he was dead, and he's still alive. And I was like, holy crap! I must have went through the Mandela dimension or whatever.
One of my favorites.